story about, because talking about I would have kept you both. You should tell them the story about how you started your webcam business. And you flew the girls in.
Okay, now you're dumping me in a... No, this is a long story.
Good story.
No,
it's a good story. I would be intrigued to see what the girls would think about that. Unless you want the ladies to ask a question of the guys on the panel.
No, I want to hear this story.
You want to hear this
I
story?
want to hear the story.
Yeah, let's hear the story.
Let's go.
Oh, ladies, I want you guys to imagine yourself in the position of girls. What would you do in this situation?
I wouldn't do it. Just kidding. Go.
Okay, before he tells the story, what are your thoughts on what separates a hoe from someone that a guy would take serious?
So a hoe, well, you have to define what a hoe is, and
okay,
then
what's your definition of a hoe?
Yeah, like, and then what a woman of like value is. So, let's start with what a woman of value is, in my opinion. Okay. A woman of value is someone who respects herself. So, what does that mean? She's not sleeping with, a new guy every night. She's actually taking the time to know, who at least she's sleeping with, you know, she's gonna figure that out first. But she's well established in her life, all areas and all aspects of her life. Okay. So, I would say health, her health goals are aligned. She's, in the gym, she's eating healthy, she's looking good, she's getting her nails done, hair done, and she's taking care of herself. She's, so that's, and then of course, she's got to have her own stable income, she's got,
okay, and you explaining it from the perspective from guys, right? Because that's what we talking about.
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think a guy cares about how much money you make?
No, definitely not. He doesn't really, no, hell no.
Okay.
He does not care about that at all. Right. But I was just saying, okay, like that's what a woman of value is. Okay. I think, and in a man's point of view as well, like, I guess he doesn't need a woman to take full responsibility of the, the bills and stuff like that. Yeah. But I think a man also wants a woman to play her part and not be lazy, and that's going to be different in every relationship. So that's something that, you guys will have to, come to terms with.
And then what's a hoe?
A hoe is somebody who's out every night and shaking her ass in the club. I mean, yeah, it's cool to have fun. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's cool to have fun. Okay. But that woman is going out and taking that man home. She's sleeping with that man and, forgetting about him the next night. She also, like, there's a lot of gold digging going on. She's just after one thing. Yeah. She definitely is in it for the bread.
Okay. Okay.
100%.
Okay. The thing I want to add to that is a lot of women miss this one part is perspective, and perspective equals reality a lot of times, right? Mm-hmm. Or a perception, I should actually say. So if you out and you throwing 30 pictures on the internet, to us, even though you might not be sleeping with a whole bunch of dudes, you still maybe consider a hoe. If you always out and you always flirting with a whole bunch of dudes, even if you're not sleeping with them, you still be perceived as a hoe. So I just want to throw that out there. What? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's move on then.
Yeah. All right. So let me give some context. If I'm gonna tell the story, I'm gonna do it properly. So
there's 11,000 you guys in here right now, almost 12,000. Please like the video, guys. I don't want to stop the show. I lost a bunch of hair follicles dealing with these girls, and I got spit on by a big hoe. So guys, I'm probably infected with the hoe virus, so the H virus. So please like the video for us. All right, Andrew.
All right. So some context, right? So I'm not in the industry anymore, but I used to run a webcam studio like 5 or 6 years ago. So like before OnlyFans
I knew it.
Interesting.
Listen, yeah, it's an interesting story. I'll explain how I got there. So now it's a lot more common, the idea of OnlyFans, webcam, that kind of thing. But when I was doing it 5, 6, 7 years ago, it was a lot less common.
Okay. Just like he said now, I'll throw the question to you as well. Have you considered or have you done like the OnlyFans approach, or you seen your friends get on the wave of trying to do OnlyFans or try to sell sexuality?
Personally, I have not done it. I've thought about it. Mm-hmm. I think everybody has thought about it because it's another stream of income that's really easy. Like, all you have to do is just, post pictures of your feet and people will buy them, like, nowadays. So, and it will sell. But I personally, that's not within my values. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't personally know anyone who's done it. But actually, yes, I do. Yeah, I know actually like a couple. I'm like, I had to really think about it. Yeah, no cap. Actually, I just counted like 3 people on my fingers. So, it works for them.
Yeah.
I mean, it again, it comes down to the personality. It comes down to the individual. It's like, is that within your morals? Is that within your beliefs? Are you comfortable with doing something like that? So,
okay. And then my follow-up question would be, would you respect a man that you potentially could date if he had was subscribed to Girls OnlyFans?
That would not fly in my relationship. I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, for what? Like, no.
Beta.
That's not
Right. So I
going.
was a kickboxer. I
Not going
was
for it.
4-time world champion. But kickboxing's not boxing, right? We make money, but we don't make boxing money. So I made maybe 150,000 a fight, which is okay. But you fight 2 or 3 times a year. You've got money, but you're not
Sponsorships?
Yeah, you make a bit of money. I mean, I'm living in London. My rent's 25 a month, and I'm pushing all these nice cars and that. So I'm making money, but I'm making that much money. Long story short, I invested in this place in Thailand, this property, which I still have now, which is not worth anything because of this virus and they closed the country, blah, blah, blah. And I needed to pay, I think it was like 400 grand. And I had a payment date and I paid 300 grand. And I had to pay the last 100 grand. I only had 70 grand. Now I was 30 grand short, right? And I said to Tristan, I said, you know what? When's the last time I got lucky? And he's like, don't do it. It's like, bro, don't trust the big G. I'm going to go to the casino with this 70. I'm going to turn it into 100 because we have like a few days. We got to pay this bill. And he's like, don't do it. I was like, bro, it's a big brother. Relax. So I went to the casino and lost all the money.
No way! No.
All of it.
I got
Zero.
wrecked. I got wrecked. And you know what? I was driving there, right? I'm driving to the casino in the BMW and I'm like Googling, doing the math. Like, okay, blackjack has the best statistical odds. Roulette has a 2.7% advantage. Blackjack has the best advantage. I memorized the best blackjack theory based on the other card they have showing in my card, whether you hit stick. I memorized the best theory, the best possible statistical odds. I wasn't even playing emotionally. I was playing by statistics and got wrecked. So I lost all the money. I came home to T, lost all the money. That we don't argue because we're brothers. We refuse to argue. So he was like, I told you. He's like, yeah.
Like,
Now we're really in trouble.
when was that?
Real quick question, because I just thought about it. You said that a lot of times hoes... Okay, no, actually, let me pose the question to you. Do you think hoes are getting treated better than normal average women in today's world, 2022 in America? As in getting relationships, as in getting money, as in getting attention, or all the things that you want. Do you think hoes are getting that, or you think the good women are getting that? Be honest. Let's talk to me. Let's get it.
It's like even, you know, because I know a lot of men that will buy a car for a woman that they're not really entirely serious about. But, you know, she's got a fat ass and she looks good and there's something that he's attracted to. So he'll buy that car for her.
Yeah.
And I've seen the same thing for a man that, you know, is really, you know, really into a woman and wants to actually pursue a woman seriously.
Yeah.
I see him doing great things. I mean, you see that all over social media.
Yeah.
You know, it's all over the place. Like,
So are the hoes winning or the good women winning?
Man, we all winning.
No, if you had to choose.
If I had to choose, then it would be women of value, because it's more long. It's long term. It's more long term.
Okay. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. Okay. So the hoes win in the short term, but the good value women live in the long term.
For sure.
Or win in the long term. Okay.
For sure.